And we're back, fellow knife and outdoor gear enthusiast. Cee and
Jul, Just Jul, and we're back again featuring the latest versions and new knives from brands like Case,
QSP,
Viper,
Spyderco,
and CRKT. Yep, we'll get started with the Viper Moon. So 7 different versions to pick from.
Alright,
Yep.
we're featuring the dark matter option. So its button lock is 7.87 overall, not cents. 2.95 inch CPM Magna Cut blade with satin finish, jimping, and comes to about 60 to 62 on the HRC scale.
Handle scales are 3D machined dark matter carbon fiber with the AISI 420 hardened stainless steel liners underneath. Blade operates on thrust bearings and is deployed with the jimped back flipper stud, the dual-sided thumb studs, or very slowly the button lock.
Ooh.
You kind of just have to flick this one open with the button lock.
Can't beat the flick.
Yeah.
This folder also has a titanium tip-up pocket clip, a titanium grade 2 backspacer, and weighs only 5 ounce. As Viper's first button lock, designed by Fabrizio Salvestrelli.
Yep.
It's sure to be the prime jewel of your collection. Or pocket, I guess. Get it in Lang Knife starting at just $159.95.
Yep. Alright, so I really like this knife. I think I'm probably going to be a Viper Knives gal because they have such quality and they're always just so polished. There's nothing in terms of like the design that I need to change. It's perfect. It opens well, closes nicely. Maybe just like a little loosening so that way I can close it more like a Quibbit.
Oh,
I
got you.
But other than that, it's perfect. I like the rounded spine, a little bit of jimping there.
Yep.
The dark matter carbon fiber is definitely the option I'd go with.
I love this knife. That's why I picked it to be on here.
Oh,
Whoops.
fail.
Major
Been a
fail.
long time in one of those.
Now it closes for me. You can't really flip it open all that well unless you know, the button's kind of recessed down in there. So it's a little harder for me. But, nice knife. Multiple opening options. Multiple closing options. Can't beat that.
Yep, so next up...
Didn't even look at the choil.
You didn't even look at the choice.
Didn't need to. Didn't want to disappoint myself.
That's great. Next up is the CRKT Orca.
Orca.
So, only one option right now. So this folder is 4.66 inches overall when fully open and sports a 1.79 inch D2 steel blade with satin finish, plain edge, 0.09 inch thickness, and a bit of jimping. Blade is deployed with the, jimped back flipper stud, which is right here. Hold on. There we go. And then disengaged with the liner lock.
It operates on CRKT's IKBS ball bearing pivot system and features assisted opening. That's nice. The handle is black GRN with a lanyard hole, tip-up pocket clip. Inspired by his favorite animal, Jim Hammond designed the Orca to be powerful, stealthy, and quick. Yeah, not noticing the most impressive part of an Orca, that it's big! It'll be the first Orca you can carry in your pocket. And it's only $54.95 from AtlanticKnife.com. Be like me making
Jim Hammond.
like you're making a 1-inch toothpick and saying it's called the giraffe.
It's the elephant.
The long neck.
Uh-huh.
It's the elephant. Alright. I get to go first?
Sure.
Well, you know what? I'm indifferent on the Orca. I like it.
Indifferent. Yep.
No, that's
I
different.
know.
Okay, I got you.
Wow.
I only have one. Halfway there. Well, I like the cutouts of the handle. They're very nice. I mean, they fit your hand absolutely perfectly, giving you a way better grip than you could ever get on this knife or something, even something like a shuffle. But the liner lock is a little tight to the blade. Just a little. I mean, if I need my nail nicked, you know. But other than that, I mean, for a compact, teeny little back pocket carry, it will work.
I'm surprised to say that I too like the curve of the handle. it does fit your hand very well. And the blade opens really well, really quickly, thanks to that assisted opening. I will say, however, that I wish Hammond had added a little more length. Like C, I too think it's a little difficult to disengage the liner lock and close the blade because of how close it is. I feel like a little more length and maybe a slightly larger choil would have alleviated this little minor design issue. Or maybe not super minor, because you can't close it quickly. You can open it quickly. You can't close it quickly. Other than that, it's not bad for CRKT. Right there. Go ahead.
Moving on to the latest case knives, we have two new options. Seafoam Green Smooth G10 and Bose Smooth Yellow.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Each comes in a variety of different knife styles. Trappers, sow bellies, canoes, medium stockmen, toothpicks, you name it.
Yeah.
So on. First we'll be showing you the new Seafoam Green Smooth G10 case knives, both on a trapper and a lockback.
Yep, so the Trapper, or the 10254SS, has two mirror polished true sharp surgical steel blades, one clip about 3.24 inches, and the Spay one, which is about 3.27. This non-locking slip joint is 4.13 inches closed, and it sports the nickel silver colored bolsters here on both sides. It also has that Seafoam Green Smooth G10 scales that we were talking about.
There it is. Well, the lockback has the same scale.
Yep.
And blade material, of course. Just not a trapper.
It's just not a trapper.
Just a lockback. Blade is closed with lockback, but is open with a traditional nail nick. I like that little knife. Every knife in this new series also showcases the... What was that called, Jewel?
Ichthys.
Ichthys shield.
Yeah, the little fish there.
Little fish.
Yeah. We're also featuring the case sow belly with the bone, smooth yellow bone, Bose, was it? Base, whatever it was. It too has the, you know, traditional mirror polished true sharp surgical steel. And it's got a stainless, a sheep's foot. I can't do it from that side. There it is. Okay. Clip point, sheep's foot, and Spay blades. All open with the nail nicks. Go ahead, see.
Wow, isn't that nice?
Nicer if it didn't have
So this one is
mirror
3.88
polish.
closed, weighs only 2.3 ounce. Nickel silver coated boasters. Has a case double X inlay shield. All of the ones you see here are first production runs, except for the Seafoam Green Trapper.
This one? Because guess what? No first production run on the blade.
They start at $74.99. Langknife.com.
Yeah. Alright, so, see, there it is. Here, I'll give you a little close-up so you can see the difference.
You got fingerprints all over this one.
Well, that's not my fault, okay? Their case does mirror finishes. So, I like the Seafoam Green on these, but it's kind of like the purple barn board case and the Kira knife cases. It's just not my type of knife. It's kind of the same type of knife.
They're nice to look at.
I mean, it's a nice slip joint, but nail nicks aren't my thing.
It's got a very good Seafoam 50s, 60s
I don't like
look.
the mirror finish on blades. It drives me nuts.
Bring back the nostalgia for the old guys. Sock
Obviously,
hops.
you see, C has a different thought on
I'm
it.
not from that era.
Oh, dinosaurs roam the earth.
Happy Days. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're well acquainted with everything.
Bakelite
playing around.
radios. I like antique stuff, you know that.
Yeah. Well, these are brand new. They're not antique, and yet somebody, not to point fingers, I believe already has like all the first production runs of the Seafoam Green one.
And the yellow one.
Oh, and the yellow
All
one.
right, so
That's great. So obviously he likes them.
what can I say? Have a case problem.
Like that, we have several other knives on the table, but first, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe, as well as ring a ding-ding that bell. That way you're linked to our YouTube channel and notified when new stuff drops.
As well as automatically entered to giveaways. We've got a new one running. If you like, share, comment, and subscribe, you'll be entered to win a CJRB Pyrite in blue and gray.
I know. And if you take it a step further and become an official AK member via the link down below, you'll be entered to win a Damn Designs Brahma.
I can tell you I like what you did there. Either way, you get entered to win an awesome knife. With that, we can go back to the cases.
No.
Back to the table with the Spyderco Military 2.
Thank goodness.
Old style, but
So
new
this
design.
folder is 9.0 5 1-inches overall. It's got a 4-inch CPM S30V steel blade, the little bit of jimping, single plane edge, black DLC coating, 0.145-inch thickness, and a full flat grind.
Wow.
I know.
Handle
nice.
scales are black G10 and feature a Spyderco's 4-position ambi pocket clip. Blade is open with the iconic and traditional Spyderco thumb hole. Disengage with compression lock. Weighs just 4.4 ounce. And all the hardware. From the stainless steel liners to the pocket clip, the screws feature matching black coatings. What was that one that you asked me to...
Hole. It's nice.
Spyderco you asked me to make sure we were getting? You remember the name of it?
Mito? What? Mito? Yeah.
Spy Mito. That's what
Spy
it was.
Mito.
Okay.
Yeah. So that one will be coming in soon.
Hopefully.
Yep. Some people have already called and asking about it.
Have
so.
they? Hope about enough.
Hopefully. Soon, this will be available in all 3 of Spyderco's edge configurations, but right now it's just the single plane edge one. You can get this all-black expression of the Spyderco Military 2 for just $210 from AtlanticKnife.com. So, I like the Military 2. I like how big it is. I really can't see how you couldn't like it, okay? Kind of hovers around the Paramilitary and the Tenacious, both near my top favorite Spydercos. However, I will say this one in particular is catching my eye because of the DLC coating. I would love to like switch out these scales and go like bright blue or a nice green. I'm still working on that the dyeing video that I want to do for the scales. I haven't quite figured out exactly which knife I'm going to use. I'm thinking of Tenacious. But once I hammer it out, I'm going to do a video. If that's something you guys are interested in, just let me know in the comment section. Okay, I got off topic. See,
the
what do you
crispy's
think of
coming
this?
too. Be careful. Alright, so I'm a big Military 2 fan also because of the size. I like the resilience. I like the police model. Anything that's large. I think this is actually a little larger than the resilience.
I think it is, but I like the resilience too. Maybe I'll do that one. I can't
It's a good
decide.
design. Good amount of blade. Great amount of handle. I mean, I always like these and cold steels because they're always large enough. Cold steels are always a little heavier, a little bulkier with a little less quality in the steel, but I mean we're splitting hairs when you're talking about S35V and
S30V,
you know things like that. So
it's a Spyderco and it's nice.
it is.
If you like it, put a ring on it.
All right,
Go
are we
ahead.
ready to move on?
Yep.
Next one, QSP Gorilla. 6 options right now, but you know QSP.
Yep. Next month we'll dole out 26 new options in the QSP Gorilla.
Anyway, this folder is 7.88-inch overall, fully open, and showcases a 3.38-inch 14C28N steel blade, whose finishes vary from stonewash to black.
Yep.
HRC is 5961 on the stonewash and 58-60 on the black finish option. Each blade has a plain edge, jimping 0.14 thickness, and can be opened with either the thumb slot or the jimped back flipper stud.
Yay! I like them all.
While operating on caged ceramic ball bearing.
Yep. So handle scales currently range from black to green to denim micarta. Each liner lock has a stainless tip-up pocket clip. Back spacer. And a little tiny lanyard hole. Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, take your Gorilla to TGI for only $65. If you got a few extra bucks, hit Benny Hannes.
From AtlanticKnife.com. Alright, so I like this knife from QSP. It's perfect size, nice micarta. Denim micarta is definitely QSP's things. They do it pretty well. Back flipper tab, nice, thank you. The whole design fits, good ergonomics. Blade length is good. I especially like the cutouts of the handle and the scales. Definitely a knife I'd carry. I would have liked a bigger lanyard hole because there is no way I'm getting one of my paracord lanyards through there. It's just not happening.
Yeah, 0.95 paracord.
Like micro cord?
Nano cord.
Yeah, maybe that, but I don't really like those.
Yeah,
I like the
I'm not
larger
fans of it.
paracord. Okay, other than that, it's good. So,
Alright, so I'm in the same camp. I like it a lot. The denim's a little different than they used to use. I like the layered portion here, the micarta of the I had the word and lost it. I said it.
Third portion of the micarta
Denim.
scale?
Yeah.
Oh, the denim.
It's a nice design. I like how they've done their logo, changed it up a little bit, put QSP on the pivot cap. I mean, it's a nice little blade. 14C28N, Yeah, it's wearing on some people.
It's wearing me down.
It's a nice knife. Pick
on the
one up.
14C
Denim one is
twin
way better
train.
to me
Choo,
aesthetically
choo.
than the green one. But
I like the
the
green
green
one
one's
too.
not bad either. I mean, in a land of knives, you gotta stand out.
I like those though. Okay. Alright, following the QSP Gorilla is the CRKT Persian and Ancestor. Yep.
22.
So each one comes in one option right now. So we're going to do the Persian first. So it has a 3.44 inch D2 upswept blade with a single plain edge, satin finish, and 0.13 inch thickness. One can open the blade with a jimped back flipper tab, which operates on CRKT's IKBS ball bearing system and assisted opening. Handle, of course, is the black GRN.
Finally, this liner lock is 8.13 inch when fully deployed and has tip-up pocket clip for on-the-go carry. Get it at AK for $54.95. Next is the Ancestor,
Yep.
8.25 inch. Very deceiving when fully opened. This liner lock has a 3.6 inch D2 upswept Tanto style blade with plain single edge, jimping, satin finish, and about 1/8 of an inch of thickness. The handle on this carry is made of multicolored G10 and also features a tip-up pocket clip.
Yep. So the blade is deployed with the jimped back flipper tab. And I think there might be a way, I'm not going to try it, but could be a front flipper. It's a little, like he said, a little deceiving, but operates on those IKBS ball bearings, but this time without assisted opening. So you can nab the Ancestor for just $64.95 from landknife.com. Alright, go first, both knives. What do you think?
Well, I mean, I like them both.
Persian, Ancestor.
I don't think the assisted open was needed. Like this one doesn't have it.
And open it just fine.
And this is the way I like it to open. If you're an assisted open person, this knife is perfect for you. I mean, it snaps to attention, I'll give it that. I don't like assisted opening knives because of the possibility of the snapback when you go to close it. If you happen to slip your finger off or something, you're not paying full attention. Now, knowing me, when I'm closing it, I'm not paying full attention. I'm just kind of closing it. So, that's me. Probably shouldn't do that. Still have on my fingers. Lucky to this point. I like the Ancestor. We ask them to upgrade and do a little better, and they upgrade and do a little better. $64.95. I get it. The pocket clip, I like the design of it.
I didn't notice it, but I saw it when I was doing it. I was like, oh, you know what? I kind of like the pocket clip.
This actually kind of reminds me of one of their other knives. I can't remember what it is.
I was thinking just the handle reminded me of the Shield and Boa just because of the coloring.
Oh, you know what? I'm thinking of the old style cold steel
Yes.
neck knives that they don't have anymore. The Scimitar Bowie.
The Scimitars.
The 53 series, 53 MBS.
I was kind of thinking of the
53 NCC.
Kyotos.
Kyotos,
Kind of got that look to it.
Nice knife. I think this will probably be a... I think they both probably sell pretty good, I guess.
So I like them both equally as well. Neither one is better than the other in my opinion. Both are pretty equally matched in terms of design and materials. I do like that CRKT went with a little different blade style than their usual stuff. And their prices are more reasonable, especially for D2. I too don't believe that it needs the assisted opening on any of these. Orca doesn't need it. The Persian, they don't need it. They open perfectly fine, I'm sure, without it. I will say that in this case, I do happen to like the plainer model. I just feel like this upswept blade kind of garnishes enough tension that you don't need anything to jazz up the knife.
Did it say who designed that?
I think I looked and I didn't see anybody, so I think it just might be CRKT.
Okay, maybe.
I don't know, I feel like from what we usually see from CRKT, this is better than what I would expect.
I would agree.
So.
Alright, so with that, we're on to the last knife in the newest version of the Tops Shadow Hunter.
Yes. So, classic model that had to be brought back with a more modernized look. It's about 1 inch longer compared to the original and has a new finish and new scales. Go ahead, C.
Can't beat that.
Yeah.
So this version is now 9.25 inch overall.
Yeah.
Wow. Sports a 4.5 inch 1095 steel blade with a tungsten Cerakote finish instead of the previous powder coating. Jimping,
Yes.
it's about 0.19,
Yeah.
about a 1/5 inch thick. Handle scales are tan. canvas with black canvas micarta underneath.
Yes.
Another change is it now comes with a coyote tan Kydex sheath. Looks
Yep.
kind of bronze to me. Rotating spring steel clip and survival whistle. I really like that clip they've changed and started using. Weighs 12.8 ounce in the sheath, 10.1 out. Tops team designed this one, so I guess they all had a hand in it. Sure to make your next hunting trip or fixed blade outing one you will not forget. Usable choil.
And you can find it for only $149.95 from AtlanticKnife.com.
We'll find it cheap.
For some reason, I have let you go first too many times this week.
You can go first.
Nope,
You want to go
ahead.
first?
Nope, go ahead.
I ain't gonna say a lot about it. I mean, there's a lot of. Just like all the Tops knives, I like this knife. I mean, it's very usable. If you don't have a Tops knife and you want to start with this one, perfect. I'd do it. I think a lot of it's just going to depend upon price. I mean, they have a lot of knives in this price range, and if you're a collector, you're going to pick up more. But I mean, you can get Silent Hero, you can get a Bob, you can get a Tracker. There's lots of knives.
Why can we never go one Tops knife without you having to mention the Tracker?
I don't know.
Just stop. No more Tracker. I'm putting X-Nail on Tracker this year. You can only mention it once, and you've
I
wasted
feel like
it.
I'm part of an elite club because the other day somebody bought a big leaf, and I was like, wow.
That's
There's
my
one other smart person
member
in
of
this
the elite
world.
squad known as the Special Victims Unit.
Yeah. Everything on it's fine, nice. It has the I don't know, we won't call them cutouts, but the indentions for your finger to fit there.
Typographical.
Usable
Is
tool.
that right?
Typography.
Typographical?
Oh, yeah,
I'm trying to use
I like
it
that.
as an adjective.
You try to do that a lot. Use
I do.
words that aren't,
Yeah.
Um,
Topographical.
removable scale, topographical.
That's it.
Removable handle scale so you can clean it like that. And it is extremely thick, so you can use it for pretty much any task. Obviously, the Kydex sheath, if you're nitpicky, could be black. Unfortunately,
Okay.
it's not.
That's enough.
I know Mizco. Yep, like it.
He could ramble on all day. So I really like this knife too. Love how well the handle is designed. And the big blade with the big jimping is something I expect from Tops and appreciate every time I do it. People who don't like jimping, sorry. This is just, it's great. And when you're handling a knife like this, especially outdoors, I just want to make sure that every time I'm using it, I can maintain my grip on it, okay? No matter how hot it is, or if it's raining, or it's sweaty, I want to get the job done and not have to worry about cutting myself with the knife. It doesn't work. This will work, and it was made in the USA. Nothing else to say.
Wow. Dropped it. Except, thanks for watching this week's episode. Make sure to take care of those like, share, comment, subscribe buttons, as well as ring that bell. That way you get notified when new videos drop and automatically entered into giveaways.
Don't forget to double your chances of winning an awesome folder by becoming an official AK member via the link in the description below. It only takes a sec. It's not like, 25 questions here. Come
You
on.
can settle this argument by telling us your favorite Tops knife down below, too.
No, you don't. Well, you could do that if you want. You also get first access to daily deals, special promos, and new stuff before everybody else.
Wow.
I know.
When it comes to daily deals, promos, new stuff like that, can't beat us.
Exactly.
It's kind of first come, first serve, so you really want to get on the action and really not miss out.
All right. Favorite. Go.
I get to go first?
Yes.
I know what you think I'm going to pick, don't you?
The Tops. Yes.
Actually, yeah, probably
Or the case. Please don't tell me it's the case.
I was thinking about it.
You don't carry those, though. You just collect them.
I really like it.
Shut up.
I'll go military, too.
Is it really now? Or are you
Yeah.
going to be like, psych us out and be like, hey, it's that, stop rubbing it.
Petting it.
It's just
It's
weird.
like a cat to me.
Is it? It's got the ictus on it, though. So
does, doesn't it?
technically, I guess it could lure a cat. This is a weird conversation. I'm moving on. I'm choosing the Viper Moon.
You know what it's like? It's
I
like when a
would
little
carry this
kid
one.
goes to a arcade. Just look at it. It like shines at you. Do you see it? I mean, when I see that right there, that shininess, I think, wow. That's like a 50 Chevrolet.
This shines at me. You see that?
Yeah.
Ooh.
20 years from now.
Nice. Quality right here.
That's right.
You won't have yours
100
anymore.
plus years of quality.
My
All right.
gosh.
So with that, I'm C. That's it. And this was
Jul, just Jul.
Can't Recognize Quality, Jul.
That's
And
me.
we are
How did
signing
you
off.
know? How
Get the
did you
kale
know?
ready.
great. Get your popcorn ready. Get the kale ready. No, those are not interchangeable.
We're having kale.